Okay, Mom. On the list of things to keep secret from your daughter, and things not to keep secret from your daughter, telling her that you know the king of the ancient sunken city of Atlantis should be very high up on the tell her list, Rose shouted. I mean, really, that is so cool. Atlantis is real? And it has a king? Oh my god, did you go there? Is it really all like sunken underwater and stuff? No, actually, her mother replied. Despite all the stories that Atlantis exists under the ocean, that's actually not the case. People simply believe the city sunk beneath the waves. In actuality, it was quite the opposite. The city of Atlantis now resides on the moon. What? Yes, it was quite pleasant. The people there were very friendly. Okay, so you've been to the moon, and there's a city there. Yes, a very massive one. It is, of course, hidden below the surface, where the people here on Earth cannot easily see it or come across it. But their advanced technologies allow them to sustain underneath the surface of the moon as if nothing were different at all. They have a vast city there. And though I'm not much for technology myself, I must say they've making quite a good use of it, creating an entire civilization there, complete with a synthetic sun, lush forests that grow, gardens, in which all of their naturally occurring foods are grown, and an astonishing array of other things. But I was more comfortable being on a regular planet, so they escorted me here to Earth, the country we live in, America, and managed to forge some identification, birth records, and things like that. Apparently, they went through the trouble of establishing our ancestry many generations back, giving us a complete backstory, and basically making our presence here in America beyond question. Though it was somewhat troublesome to learn English, our natural tongue is just so much more preferable to me. It seems to just flow off of the tongue. For whatever reason, English simply feels stifling and overcomplicated. So, do you think there's any chance that I could, meet this guy, the King of Atlantis? Well, I suppose. He has on many accounts offered to help with, well, you. After finding out about my pregnancy, and that you were to be a mixed race, and that I did not know what to expect from it, he actually offered his aid in caring for you medically. But I assured him that I preferred to simply let nature run its course, that I did not need any of his fancy technologies. Raising a child is a natural affair. Adding technology in simply overcomplicates things. It's unnecessary. You were perfectly happy and healthy. I did consider it when you first started to grow ill, but I only allowed him to do a basic scan to find out what the problem was, so that I could be sure that I was doing the right thing to fix it. It wasn't something that I was used to dealing with, and he's the one who told me that I would need to supplement your diet with the same compound that I ingest. But all in all, he has been pleasant, and the few times that I have contacted him, he has asked if it would be possible for him to come give you a more thorough checkup. I suppose it might be a good idea to do so. With you growing closer to your bloom, his technologies might prove useful. He might be able to tell us exactly what to expect. That is so awesome! Rose shouted as she hopped off of the bed. I am going to meet the King of Atlantis. That is so cool! Oh my god, I wish I could tell my friend about this. No, Rose, You cannot tell anyone about this. You have seen horror movies, haven't you? They do not tend to treat aliens well. Okay, I know. Secret. No telling people I'm an alien. To be honest, after thinking about it, you're probably right. Let's not take chances. So, is it going to be any trouble getting hold of the King of Atlantis? Do you have like some super sci-fi tech thingy that you use to get a hold of him? No. Why would you think that? Well, you said they had advanced technology, right? Rose asked. Well, yes, but we just call him on the phone. Just call him on the phone. That's it? No ET phone home device? I mean, the guy lives on the moon. Well, yes, he does, Rose's mother said. But I've always simply been able to get a hold of him by calling him on the phone. He even gives me updated numbers to contact him, she said as she walked to the other side of the room and picked up the phone that she had thrown there during Rose's little panic. Okay, yeah, she said as she started to type in the numbers, finally hitting the call button. Holding the phone to her ear, after a few moments it started to ring, and she simply stood there as if it were a regular call, even though she was calling the King of Atlantis. Oh, hello, she said into the phone. Obviously, he had picked up. Yes, this is Mayrie. Yes, it's quite nice to hear from you too. Oh, things are going well. Actually, there's something that I was hoping to discuss with you. You see, my daughter is, well, she's begun to bloom. Yes, it is nice. Yes, I'm very proud. How much have I told her? Well, I've given her all of the basic information. She was a little bit panicked at first, but I think she's starting to come around. I told her that I knew the King of Atlantis, and well, she seemed to have a bit of a spasm over that. She's actually excited about meeting you, but I'm sure that you're very busy. Oh, you're not? So, you can come by. Well, we were planning to head to the cabin, the one that you reserved for us. I mean, can you really make it here that fast? Well, of course. Feel free to come by. At that point, unable to resist the temptation, Rose dashed forward, grabbing the phone out of her mother's hand. Rose, what are you doing? Quickly holding the phone to her ear. Hello? King of Atlantis? Rose shouted into the phone. Hey? Hello? Mayrie, is that still you? No, this is Rose. Is this really the King of Atlantis? Yeah, I guess. What kind of King of Atlantis has a phone number? I don't know. What kind of girl has a flower growing out of her back? We just are what we are. Phones are technology, a little bit outdated, but it's common. Okay, so how am I talking to you on the moon with a phone? Well, that's because I'm not on the moon. I do go other places, you know. I'm a busy guy. So, what's the deal? Rose said. I mean, do you have like an alien crush on my mom or something? I mean, you pick up every time she calls you, huh? Sounds a little fishy. Well, while your mother is a looker. No, I don't have a crush on her. Sorry, but I'm married. So, no dalliance with alien flowers. My wife would kick my ass. And that is not a figure of speech, literally. Wow, not much respect for a king. Still getting bullied by your old lady? Okay, first and foremost, never call her that. If she hears you refer to her as old lady in any form or condition, she'll kill the both of us. I mean, at this point, she's several hundred years old. No, sorry, 1,000 years old. Several 1,000 years old. And yet she's still sensitive about her age. It's ridiculous. Holy crap, you guys live that long? Well, yeah, it's complicated. Well, I thought you were supposed to be human. Well, we are, but also we're a little bit more complicated. Listen, are you gonna stop asking me questions? You're a nosy kid, aren't you? And you don't sound like a kind of guy who'd be the king of Atlantis. So I guess we're even. So, when are you supposed to be here, oh king of Atlantis? At that point, Rose heard the front doorbell ringing, both on the phone as well as in the house. Yeah, you hear that bell? That's me, kid. So, if you're going to annoy me with questions, how about you just do it face to face?